ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. We here at Angry Meat Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services, including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show. Good afternoon. Good evening. How the hell you doing? It's episode 161 of Nerd Sports. I don't know why we're a man down. I mean, I don't know. What's the saying? If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. We're not going to throw Max under the bus by any stretch of the imagination, but he definitely will get a hard time when he logs in eventually. How the hell is everybody doing? We've had a busy week. I was made aware of of Colin's newfound superpower. David made a cross-country trek to watch his daughter graduate, so congratulations there.
Yeah. That was fun.
Maria's here too.
Maria's here. Look at that.
Gonna be a good day, Tater.
Tater tot, yeah. And Max just texted, just getting finished with dinner and spending time with the family. Like, priorities, bud. I've been sitting here with David for the last 30 minutes there, dude.
It's actually been an hour.
Nobody should be subjected to that.
Yeah, nobody.
Be that as it may. Be that as it may.
Well, let's check out this weird sport I found while Johnny's doing his stuff.
Go for it.
You have to build your outhouse by wood, certain dimensions. You have to have a toilet. You have to have a helmet. You have to have up on skis. Because there's been some people come through that have made it out of PVC pipe and all sorts of different materials that have been no-goes. It's a good time. It's good redneck fun. On the left side, come back up the right.
Not a helmet.
It's definitely a lot further than you expect. I think it might be a little bit longer than a city block, and it seems like it goes forever.
I thought that was cute.
See, like when I think outhouse racing,
there you go, David. I was like, people don't want to know. They don't want to know what you're shopping for, there, guy.
wasn't the right dad. If you would have gone to the other town,
there's people out there that are like, hey, what do you? I mean, that whole EDC thing is ridiculous. It's like, oh, you're Black Ops, man. What do you carry on a daily basis? Well, I carry this, and people pay attention to that shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
Like I carried you.
I love the guys that are like, I carry a 1911 45 ACP. I'm like, cool story, bro.
I got this rock. I found it a couple of years back. I haven't used it yet, but it's
You have any idea how little I care about that?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I carry a Glock 19, the Gen 5. I'm good with it, dude. It's all that I need. I mean, it honestly.
Ooh, we're gonna piss off some boosters out there.
I mean, as long as you're not carrying like a 22 or God,
Honestly,
like
even if you do,
if you do, okay,
good for you.
if you do, great, good on you. Okay, at least you're being proactive and you're taking your safety seriously. But there's no stopping power with a 22.
No,
What you're literally going to do is piss the bad guy off.
I'm sorry. How many serial killers use 22s? Almost all of them. That's why I stopped caring. Everybody's like, "Oh, you carry a 22? That's ridiculous." You know how many serial killers use 22s as their freaking weapon of choice? Because
Okay, so to shed a devil's advocate light on it, okay, if you're going to carry a 22, 22s have this much going for them. There's no blow through.
yeah,
Okay, I mean, you ask Joe Pesci. I mean, Goodfellas, 22 behind the ear. And why did they do that? So his mother could still have an open casket.
see,
Because all it does is just rattle around in there and turns everything into goo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Introduces a little blender into the brain pan.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's like the old 5.56 rounds back in Vietnam, they came out tumbling.
Sprawl action.
Right. But,
have you ever seen like I think it was like a 9mm or something like that? They shot it on a frozen lake and it started spinning.
No, I've never seen a 9mm before.
yeah. No, with the 9mm. I mean, they shoot it. They're out on a frozen lake, and they're just shooting it into the ice. And one round actually impacted the ice and just kept spinning until it ran out of inertia. And they picked up the round, and it was whole.
That's awesome.
And it wasn't deformed. It just sat there and spun. It was the weirdest thing. I'm sitting there going, "Huh." Makes me want to go try that sometime, but. Being that I live here in the south of Texas on the coast, I'd have to drive a little bit to go do that. So
A couple hours.
it's not real high on my list of priorities. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Texas is bringing it this year. That's all I gotta say. They're in the finals for hockey. They're in the finals for the NBA.
No,
I mean, we are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall.
I get that you're okay. Hey, let me finish. I get that you're jumping the gun, and I appreciate the enthusiasm.
It's what we appreciate about you.
However,
This is the reason why I made the list, so I can fuck that up too.
Dallas Stars are not in the Stanley Cup Finals yet, and the Mavericks are not in the NBA Finals yet. They are in their conference finals. And to be more accurate, as far as the Dallas Stars are concerned,
They haven't had.
just stop, David. Really.
Okay, the conference finals.
Still.
Stop. Oh.
Yes, we're not going to sit there and debate it. Yes, Dallas finished off Colorado. They're still waiting to find out who they're going to face in the next round. I get it. Okay, it's all square. But if you're going to talk about the finals, figure out which level of finals you're talking about. You know, because when you're like Texas is bringing it,
They have the potential to bring it.
This is why I run the sports show. I'm looking at a possible conundrum here because if the Mavericks make it to the NBA finals and the Celtics make it to the NBA finals, Celtics are my varsity team and the Mavericks are my JV team. I mean, really,
talk about a house divided.
Well, Mindy likes the Rockets for some ungodly reason. I don't know why. I think it's part of that whole Homer syndrome, which is why she likes the Astros. But
possible.
It's possible. But I mean, for me, I've liked the Mavericks for a while, going back to Dirk, you know. But I mean, I've been a Celtics dude for like the longest time, and there's a possibility that they could face each other for the NBA title. So I'm like, where do I lean? You know, I don't know. I want to see Luka win a title, but I would really love to see people lose their shit on Causeway Street in Boston for, you know, with another title. I'd like to see another duck boat parade. That's all I'm kind of saying. I'm putting that out there because Lord knows we can't trust the fucking Bruins to do anything.
That's true. I mean, how many times have they get like close to it? They're like the Cowboys. As soon as they get close to it,
don't. Because at least the Bruins got past the first round this year.
Exactly. They're like the Buffalo Bills.
All right. Yeah, I apologize.
I mean, the Bruins have won Stanley Cups in the past, but those are the past. Those teams can't come help us. And the Bruins fan base are not like the fucking Yankees where we sit around and talk about 27 rings while we, you know, dock each other and fucking play with each other's ball bags. And
you know, it's possible.
Do not go Google that, by the way. Just don't.
Anyways,
you know, I mean, it's to the point where I think that the Alphabet Gang is going to re-amend their flag to include Yankees fans.
That's quite possible.
It's very well possible. I mean,
I'll let you know, like Peru or something.
What?
Peru just put in a doctrine that like trans people and everything, it's a mental illness. And
lead with that. Don't be like just be like Peru. I'm like, the fuck does Peru have to do with anything?
No. You don't lead with
no. Hold on. Ceasefire. I left it just open-ended enough to where there was no possibility that YouTube or any of the other platforms that we stream on are going to come down on us with the fucking ban hammer and go, oh, they said something about that. And then they demonetize or they flag the fucking video and take it down. And then here comes David. He's going to throw the T word out there. Like, seriously, bro? You're the producer and you yell at me all the time.
You said a no word, David.
No, I didn't.
No word.
Yes, you did.
Johnny, on the other hand, does.
The algorithm goes out there and goes, oh, he said it. He said that word. I'm going to watch the whole video now.
You just can't use the F word.
Open the door. Open the door. Shut up. God.
I love it.
Are you saying that David is experimenting with a new camera angle, and I'm not really digging it, man.
I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's against you, I kind of like it.
Because we don't get to see the traditional angle. I mean, you're getting the full frontal with me. You're getting a full frontal with Dave or with Chris. But for you, what? I mean, what is that? I mean, were you trying to like broadside us?
He's trying to get his good side. Yeah, good side.
Get out of the camera shot.
I wasn't aware you had a good side.
Yeah, I was saying, just get out of the shot. All right, so
you're gonna make Maria mad picking on her guy.
You know what? Okay.
You're talking to my guy all wrong. Wrong tone.
Right.
We love you.
You're talking to my guy. All wrong. It's the tone. I'm just saying. Go home, Joe Dirt. There we go. See, that's better. That's better.
Phil,
with that other angle, it was like you were like one of those part-time co-hosts that Howard Stern brings in off of the street when he live streams the Sirius satellite radio show.
He's never in the studio for that. He's never in the studio for that.
I mean, but still. Okay. So Devers, the Red Sox, I'm just happy that they're above 500 right now. At least they will be, unless they blow the fucking lead against the Rays right now. But Rafael Devers set a club record tonight. He has done what no other Red Sox player has done in club history. Uh-oh. Max Factor is here. Uh-oh. Dude,
there he is.
There he is. All right. You know what, David? Fine. Sorry. I will take responsibility for kicking him out temporarily, but I corrected it and I brought him back in.
Good for you.
So you get one.
And what's David's excuse?
Oh, he ran out of excuses a long time ago.
Yeah. Pretty much. Can't hear.
You're no go at this station at this time, David. What I need you to do is I need you to go back to the zero range, re-zero your weapon, and then try again. You have 1 hour.
All right.
If you can't zero your weapon in 9 rounds, just find another rock.
You need to be in a different MS.
So Rafael Devers, there's 7 times.
Jesus, Max.
Holy shit, Max. We were going just fine until you showed up.
I just had to mute him.
It's all good. Giving you a hard time, dude. It's if we didn't give you a hard time,
that's how you know you belong, because we give you shit.
You've officially made it as a regular on the show, not because I added you to the website.
If we didn't give you shit, you'd think we didn't like you anymore.
Right? You're like, oh, you
come on, guys.
Max.
Only 7 times in club history has a Red Sox player hit home runs in 5 consecutive games. Rafael Devers became the first Red Sox player ever in club history to do it 6 times. He hit his 6th. He hit a home run in his 6th consecutive game tonight. They're playing Tampa Bay. It's in the top of the 9th. Got 1 out. It's 5-0 Boston. So, Kenley Jensen, looking at you. Don't blow this. Seriously.
You know he's going to blow it.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if it happens, but just kind of say.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you're not really fully surprised, and when it happens, you're like, well, okay.
I mean,
it's like when
while I'm not ashamed to say that I am a very avid Red Sox believer. I'm also the most realistic, I think. I'm not starting off the season going, we're number 1. Woo, this is our year. I look at the writing on the wall. If our bullpen is okay, as long as our starting rotation can give us some length, give us some quality starts, as long as the offense stays healthy, we might have a shot to kind of, at least make the postseason. And depending on what time of the year the whole lineup gels and whether or not the front office does anything at the trade deadline will dictate whether or not we're going to the World Series. I'm not going to say we're going to the World Series until they win the ALCS. Just kind of saying it's one of those situations where you've had your dick kicked in enough by the Red Sox, where you're just kind of like,
there's certain teams that feel the same way. So, I mean, look at Chris. He has hopes in his eyes, like a twinkle, and then by December, it's gone for some reason.
No, okay. We haven't moved on to football yet, David. So,
well, I'm not saying I didn't say football. I just said
you notice that I haven't been talking about the Rangers lately, right?
Oh, yeah,
David, when you're talking about December, what sport are you talking about? Because the only time December even pops up on the radar of baseball is the winter meetings, and you can't win the World Series during the off season.
Bet you could. You could.
Yeah, only if you're playing it on a game console, and then that
doesn't count.
It doesn't count. I mean, if it counted, then every Super Bowl won by a Cowboys fan playing Madden on the easy setting would have counted.
You know what? I want to argue that, but I can't.
It's like, I mean, at the very least, because at least the Cowboys fan base has the option of having those VHS tapes celebrating Super Bowl victories digitized to a disc somewhere.
That's the really sad.
Hey. Now, if I start hearing echoes, bro, I'm just messing with you. We'll help you get that figured out. City Connect uniforms. Cardinals unveiled their new City Connect uniforms over the weekend. They're not a huge departure from their normal uniforms. I kind of like them. They're red. Instead of saying St. Louis on it, it's got the Lou on the front. I'm like, I didn't know that calling St. Louis the Lou was a thing, but here we are.
Apparently it is.
Apparently it is a thing. Let me see here. The bums from the Bronx, they're on a hot streak right now. If they win tonight, which right now in Seattle, bottom of the seventh, well, not in Seattle, they're in New York playing Seattle. Bottom of the seventh, they're leading 3-0. Bases are loaded. Yeah, they're going to win their 8th straight tonight. Just goes to show, if you pour enough money into your payroll, you're going to luck yourself into a hot streak every now and then. You may even find yourself winning another ring. And if we have to go through an entire year of listening to the Yankee faithful talk about their 28 rings, I swear on all that is holy.
Yeah.
I just want a big, tall building to fall down out there. I'm just kind of putting it out there. And I'm not saying a skyscraper. That's not that. I mean, those jokes are off limits. I'm talking about Yankee Stadium. I just want the upper deck to collapse. That's all I want. The cheap seats that still cost like $100 something a seat. Moving on before I get us canceled because some Yankee fan decided to tune in. They're like, you can't say that shit about my team.
What time we get a Yankee fan listening?
Fuck that guy. He's just bitter because he's a Red Sox fan. Shut up. It's my show. You don't like it? Fucking hit the road. Original Raider Jim Otto rather, Hall of Famer, died at the age of 86. This was reported yesterday.
Anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Anybody at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you not hear us? Can you hear me now? Bueller.
Technical difficulties continue.
Yeah.
This goes up there with like PMCSing and PCIs. Remember PCIs, Chris?
Motor Pool Mondays.
I'm talking about pre-combat inspections.
Being mechanized, that was basically all we did. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
we were constantly in there on our freaking vehicles.
Jim Otto, he played his first 15 seasons of Raiders football. He was there. He was an all-star center, great teammate, Pro Football Hall of Famer. The team confirmed that he did die at the age of 86 on Sunday, which was yesterday. Quote, the Raider family is in deep mourning following the passing of Jim Otto, the original Raider, the club said in a statement. The personification of consistency, Jim's influence on the American Football League and the professional football as a whole cannot be overstated. His leadership and tenacity were a hallmark of the dominant Raider teams of the 60s and 70s. In an astounding feat, he played 210 straight regular season games to begin and end his amazing career, which included 12 AFL All-Star Pro Bowl selections and 10 All-Pro nods prior to his 1980 enshrinement in the Hall of Fame. Otto was a key member of the Silver and Black's first title win in 1967 as the Raiders captured the AFL championship en route to an appearance in Super Bowl II. With 00 emblazoned across his chest and a trademark neck roll over his shoulders, Otto was very much the portrait of an offensive lineman. He was tough as shoe leather, a leader for a new franchise that became a proven winner and a steadfast teammate who paved the way for other Hall of Famers' glory. So, yeah. Born January 5th, 1938 in Wauso. He was born in Wisconsin, people.
There you go.
You figured it out. I'm so happy for you.
No, it's the name of the town that he was born in there, genius.
Yeah,
Try to pronounce that without using Stephen Hawking.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Okay, then. Shut your fucking face.
So many dumbass words that I use that I use Stephanie. I have to call it Stephanie Hawking now because it's a female voice. But yeah, just a certain names of cities or last names and stuff like that.
Stephanie Hawking.
Stephanie
Okay.
Hawking.
No, I understand the concept. I mean, there's a joke there, but I just don't think it's got the legs.
We're just going to keep rolling right through.
Yeah.
Or until one of us logs out. Okay. Sorry. I could have helped myself. I chose not to. I woke up this morning choosing violence. It's all good. Okay. So the All-Star race was this weekend in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. You know what? Let me do this here real quick before we go into NASCAR. And I see that Max is completely bowed out.
That is unfortunate.
That it actually is. I stayed up until like, well, I had him stay with me until like probably around about 11 at midnight. I think it was midnight, and we couldn't get his stuff to work for anything.
Well, if we have to proceed, if we have to trudge on, if we have to low crawl the last 100 yards without Max here,
We'll figure it out. Full paddock construction. There we go. Is it? I got it.
you squared away, Max?
Can you hear anything? No. That downward head that was. I can hear. We can hear shit. He just can't hear us.
Hold on. I've got this here. Go into the chat. Okay, so
Is that not the universal?
Hey, you're right. You're absolutely right.
If you can hear me, I feel like Helen Keller now.
Oh yeah, we can hear everything.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nobody can hear me.
there you go.
Or you can't. I'm Helen Keller.
Yep,
I'm Helen Keller. Fuck yeah.
we hear every word you're saying.
Got this shit. I just can't hear you guys. Fuck, I know just like, what it felt like to be Helen Keller. Unless Helen Keller was just being ignored.
Oh man, that's amazing.
You guys hear me. Well,
oh man,
That's hilarious.
If you're wondering why the show has stalled out seemingly in mid-flight, no, it's not because we have a Harrier jet all of a sudden. I mean, we forgot to cash in our Pepsi points before the deadline. But see, that was an old school reference right there.
nice. I like that. That is a very obscure.
Right? We're waiting on Colin to come in. Let's go, bud. Let's go. Holy shnikes.
hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Anybody hear me now?
Oh,
Yeah.
we can hear you. Yeah,
We've been
we
hearing
can
you
hear
the whole time.
We've been hearing you. Yeah, we've been hearing. We can't
We
pull
hear-
over anymore, man.
We're already pulled over. We can't pull over any farther. Oh,
What
it's
the-
amazing.
Can anyone hear me?
I'll just pop it
Yeah,
back
we can
in.
hear you.
All right. I heard whatever I did. It's fucking amazing.
You hear us? That's
Yeah.
the real question.
Spit all
Yes,
day.
I do.
He's with us, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
30 minutes.
Had to find that inner Russian hacker for a second and figure out what was going on.
You just need to hire a little Asian kid. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
I'm old school about that, though. I'd very much prefer a Chinese one, if possible, simply because the black powder, them fuckers knew how to party. They'd blow off all kinds of shit. And they'd work hard. They'd build railroads and shit like that and smoke a bunch of opium. So those are my kind of people. Always wondering why they look like that. I know why.
Okay, so while we're waiting on Colin to get here, if you have visited our very basic webpage, it's a work in progress. I don't get paid to code, so you guys get what you get. Anyway, if you scroll down to the bottom of our about 3/4 of the way down, you start seeing bios of people that work for this company. I say work. If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
I work every day.
every damn day.
Every damn day.
You'll notice that the angryme production.com website has a couple of new additions. There is a link for our merch store at the very, very, very tippy
First
top.
offerings of a full line of gorgeous merchandise to come.
Oh, yes. And then toward the bottom with the bios, you'll see that Max has officially been added to the page.
He is officially one of us now.
He
But
is.
don't
Thank you.
That shit.
Do what?
Thank you.
What'd you say, David?
I said, don't forget we can erase that shit.
Right.
He said he's one of us with
the-
the technical difficulties and everything.
Yeah.
Right. So
He's
in the
got a
trust me,
white-
you'll love us or hate us, part 2 section of the page. There's a picture of Max in his smiling glory, our self-proclaimed Soviet Jew. He immigrated to the U.S. back in 1981. At the beginnings of Glasnost and at the height of Reaganism. Zang. Happily married with 2 kids, he tinkers and knows how to dodge a wrench and never misses an appearance on the Ocho. He collects sports cards and memorabilia. He claims to be a responsible gamer, so trust here is implied. But proceed at your own risk, like everyone else that works here. He's a proud American that'll sneak up on you, so tread lightly. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages, a round of applause. Welcoming Max officially to the show.
You guys are- Stop it. Stop it. No, not yet. No, a little more.
He's a little bit.
Thank you, guys. I'm honored and blessed and grateful to be here with such great individuals that not only put on the best show on the interweb live, but have went beyond that and done a duty for this country, for our country.
He said duty.
And I did say duty again, yes. But I commend you, gentlemen, and I thank you for all you've done. And you don't hear it enough, and you're going to hear it every time you hear my voice.
Well, no,
I appreciate it about you, man.
Great.
the thing of it is that, well, we'll hear plenty of praise once we start getting orders from our store. Just kind of saying, putting it out there. I mean, I can only drop so many hints. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the damn thing drink.
It was a Biden joke. I get it.
Not unless there's like waterboarding involved, and that's usually frowned upon in at least 17 states.
In at least 17 states.
At
yeah.
least 17.
18 if you count Alaska.
And just remember, like with the UCMJ, sodomy is illegal.
Unless you're in the Navy. Then it's a requirement.
Yeah.
So
There's
pretty
that.
I'm not going to say anything about sodomy and Catholicism and priests.
Yeah.
Did I? Did that happen?
We just got your profile on. You trying to get us canceled already?
No.
Just
I'm
got
not a
your
priest. You guys
profile
got nothing to worry about.
Well, if you
No, I'm
were,
not
the
ordained.
Vatican would come in and silence everything. So you'd be fine.
Yay, Colin's here.
There he is.
I don't have to call anymore.
Oh man.
It took a
I
minute.
was trying to figure out, you know, what to like talk about to fill the time, you know, because I wasn't going to jump into NASCAR yet. But before I play your intro, I explained it to David. I explained it to Chris. Now that Max is here, and then we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry, faithful of all ages, my son unveiled a hidden superpower to me this weekend. I was able to pick him and his brother up for my weekend on Thursday last week. And then on our way back down here, We stopped in Corsicana like we do every weekend that I get them, and we stop, and we usually try to collect. Look at that, collect Whataburger table tents, right? You know, trying to get the whole collection. We place our order. We get our assigned table tent, which, by the way, Colin, we didn't have that number either. So
Yeah, I thought we didn't have it.
yeah. And then Colin does this little thing. He's looking at the manager who is in her 20s. A rather attractive woman. I'm like, okay. She works hard. Great. Awesome. And he goes, so do you have like the 69 one of those back in your office? And he twitches his eyebrow a little bit. Colin, I know that you didn't realize that you had done it, but I distinctly saw you go like that, right? Like you flicked your eyebrow at her. And she goes, I think I might have it back there. I can go look for you if you want. And you were like, would you? Smiled at her. And she's like, yeah. Like she blushed a little bit. So she's going things. She's making me a fresh cup of coffee. And then she goes back to the office. And then she walks out a few minutes later and she produces this. The coveted 69 table tent, and hands it to him.
Worth more than its weight in gold.
I'm just sitting there kind of going, I'm torn. I'm like, I'm proud. I'm amazed. Scared all at the same time because I suddenly see the cycle repeating. I made my parents grandparents before I got married. I don't want that. So, yeah. I mean, Colin definitely has established the fact that boys got game. And yeah.
Good
that's
on you.
my genetic code, people.
That would have been impressive to see
like,
in person.
See, his sister's in here. She's like, attaboy. So yeah, it was an entertaining moment in history, and I was just like, this here,
my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, oh man, let me see here. Where is it at? Yeah.
Negative visualization,
No,
Jared.
that's not the one.
You really are your father's children.
That's the one we want. There we go. Okay, so with no further ado, here we are, rising from the smoke and haze of desolation. It's much too foggy, but it's a Ronin, bent on wrongdoing that which has been said right. But here, for your ears and your eyes, even to feast upon, I mean, it's somebody's genetic code. But ladies, gentlemen, angry faithful, all ages, it's that time again for Joke Time with Colin.
What did the deaf, blind, wheelchair-bound kid get for Christmas? Cancer.
God damn it!
Oh, shit.
You're worried about me saying some shit. Yeah,
Bro.
okay.
I was in the middle of trying to do some behind the scenes stuff with David, and I was not ready for that play at all.
Only on Nerd Sports are you gonna get dissed if you got cancer, fools.
Oh shit!
That's the rawest shit I've ever heard. Like, damn, you got cancer? Toughen up like Helen Keller.
Man.
I mean, I'm expecting. Yeah, I mean, I'm full on expecting a Helen Keller joke, and he's coming in from left field. You know, I'm
He-
just like,
He came
Wow.
loaded with the AK, the AR, the bazooka,
No,
the Uzi.
Wow.
he went hard. He dropped a Moab right there.
Yeah.
He was just. Whew. Oh wow!
Nice.
The smoke
That
has been
was
dry.
impressive.
There is no shift from. I mean, there is no adjustment. I mean, fire for effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring the fucking rain.
Oh God!
Dude.
Scorched earth,
we had
motherfuckers.
155s. We asked for the 155s, and he goes, "I got you one better. I've got naval assets sitting off the coast with 16-inch guns.
Uh,
We're fucking hurdling bunches."
155.
Dude, what are you
Pshaw.
pointing at?
Dave is showing where everyone was hurt by Harrison Butker's comments.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But,
Possibly Collins right now, because there's people like,
wow.
I don't think they'd be able to hear me. You know.
oh shit! Fuck. I never want to get on your bad side, motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now. I'm old. I got game and shit, but nope, I don't want to fuck with you.
And
I'll fuck
you know,
with you. You
even
end
if
up
they
giving me
did,
some cancer or some
even if
shit.
they
I wouldn't
did
know.
hear me by some
Never see
miracle,
it coming.
it'd be really hard to find me. You know.
I never see it coming.
I will fight Mike Tyson and that Paul fucker at the same time before I fuck with Colin.
Oh my gosh.
Colin's a cold-blooded assassin. Don't let that baby face fool you.
That was
Oh, look at him all smiles and shit right now. He's about to kill somebody. Wait, what are you gonna say? Do it.
and
Wow.
double barrel on that one. Man, that was only his first one too.
And he's not using buckshot, dude. He's using slugs.
Oh,
He's putting warheads on foreheads, bro. Oh my god.
And I'm making Fallout 5.
Oh,
Woo.
yikes.
You're gonna send us back in the dark ages.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay.
The dark ages doesn't mean anything bad.
What else you got there, guy? I'm almost afraid.
What
No,
did
I am
Helen
afraid.
Keller do when her dog died? Nothing. She didn't even know she had one.
The beard laughs and laughs at the same time. It's beautiful.
Crying over here.
Oh my god!
I had a squirt of piss come out. It was beautiful. It was great.
Oh.
They say that laughter is contagious, Colin. I just want to make sure that anything that Helen Keller had is not contagious.
You challenged him, said, "We dare you to go higher." Damn it, he did. Oh man. He said,
And
"Who the hell
by
is-"
some miracle, she did know she had a dog. She screamed so much that her hands started to bleed.
Oh, God damn it. She screamed herself trapped.
Wow.
Oh, definitely.
Use a muzzle, they
I want to
just-
get a handy by Helen Keller. I'll tell you that.
That counts as oral, right?
That's pretty much the same, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I looked it up right before you guys asked the question. So yeah, 100%. Fact check.
Wow.
Oh. Oh man.
I'm providing everybody in the Angry Faithful audience tonight a free patch of AstroTurf because that put grass stains on your soul right there.
God.
Sweet God.
Man.
Was that it?
No.
Oh,
my
God.
You know, Helen Keller must have saved a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money on the electrical and phone bill.
She wouldn't need cable either.
Probably not a strong texter.
Oh
boy.
Damn. that was a strong showing this week. That was a good one. I was not prepared.
Oh
wow. We all kind of need a moment to regroup on that one.
I need a BFA. I really do, because I mean, just that was, or what is it? A BDA? Yeah, I need a BDA. Absolutely. Oh my God, that was horror. Oh,
yeah, it's 100 over 100. Executed with extreme prejudice.
I think Colin likes people that have visual impairments personally, but
it's because he knows they always make us laugh. The Helen Keller jokes always make us laugh. The man knows his audience.
And, you know, they can't get offended by it because they never know. It's like...
It's not like they got a picture of you posted in Braille. Like, if you see this man...
Here's what I see happening in the future.
You know this
just come up with random faces.
Somebody who
I'm like
is
John Cena. They can't see me.
Oh shit!
Wow, that's what I appreciate about you, Colin.
You made my day.
Whew. I completely forgot where I was going to go with. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's what's going to end up happening. We're going to get that you know, we're going to start opening up our demographic. David, the hashtags next week, you need to put like hashtag ASL.
We're going to get death threats.
I don't know. We're going to get death threats.
You want dead meat.
That went right
As soon as he said that, I was like mid-syllable going.
I'm going fucking crazy on you right now. You hear?
It's not the last you heard of me.
Next time,
we're gonna get somebody who's sitting by a computer, or sitting in front of a computer, and you know how like blind people, when they go to like a sporting events, they've got somebody that's signing in the palm of their hand, so kind of like describing. I could see that happening, and then when Colin goes into his Helen Keller jokes.
Just I don't
like the person doing the signing is gonna go. They're gonna stop for a minute.
Because these yeah, no. It's quiet right now.
But they start
and the person
going like
that
what's
they're
going
signing
on?
to is gonna be like, when did you stop? You know, and the interpreter is going to be like, you really don't want to know.
Yeah, I do.
Like, you're going to fire me if I tell you what they said.
Oh man,
David, we can't hear you.
Here's a
Giving
question.
death threats.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
If you cannot hear or understand, is it still a threat?
Don't worry about that part.
Huh?
All right. Okay.
If you
Like
cannot
if a deaf person
David,
you
no.
can't understand sign
Obviously,
language, it's still a threat.
obviously,
feel threatened,
they're the one who's giving the threats. Obviously,
Yeah, but still, if you don't understand it, because I've had people threaten me on Facebook about all of our stuff, but I didn't understand half the stuff. I mean, it was literally like a mentally challenged person trying to tell us that we suck, and I couldn't understand that they were saying it.
this is David saying that.
Yeah, yeah.
dude, what level?
Somebody said that we sucked because Helen Keller's blind. What kind of?
No.
What kind of hate crime is this?
Yeah, who was it? Stephen Hawking. Son of a bitch.
We got OJ hating blind people now. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really, if they're issuing those kinds of threats, I mean, isn't it kind of mute?
Yes, it is. It is.
Literally.
There's Chris. Oh, I see what he did there.
Yeah, like they're not going to be able to fucking fix their soundboard to be able to fucking get on the show live. Like, not working.
We'll just
Yeah,
have him have him call in.
We'll
They
have to
do
get one
have
of
that
the
special
TT,
phone.
what is the TTDY or whatever the
Yes.
the death translator things, you know, where they like so they could use a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
doesn't it just like put in like Morse code or something?
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad for us because you know we can get that with just like the minimal delay that's associated with those devices. But the people listening at home and trying to participate in the chat, it's like talking to fucking Mark Watney on Mars.
Yeah.
No, the people that use the phones, they have it's actually interesting. Is they have a different system to where they literally had FaceTime before we had FaceTime. It would go through the TV, and a person that sign language answers the phone, and it's a whole conversation and everything.
Well, a lot of that was also too for the blind people because it was a landline type situation. So you'd put the phone on the receiver, and they would hold their hands down, and it would interpret the phone call in Braille.
Yeah.
So, but is that all the joke? I know I asked this already, and I promise I'm fearful right now. But do you have any other? That was the last one. Okay, so I'm going to play your out.
If I go any further, we might get in trouble.
more so than
You're
usual.
saving it for next week, right? It's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, let's say that.
Oh God.
Mm.
Okay, so we're gonna hold a vote. How many people here on the I don't want to hear about your sex life.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Different Down syndrome. Yes.
How many people here on the panel and how many people listening out there right now want an encore joke? I do.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, we got to get the encore joke. We put you on the spot. You didn't have an encore joke, did you?
No.
You didn't?
No. I told you that was when I say there's no more jokes.
You implied that if we kept going, we'd get in trouble.
Well, yeah, as like if I did have another one, we'd get in trouble.
Bell's like, you better tell another funny. Okay. Encore, man. Encore. Walk away.
I was thinking about maybe we invade Mexico and Canada so we can win a war.
We won
I don't
our
Canada has a pretty good track record of war crimes, though.
Here's the thing. What is the definition of winning a war? Because technically we won Vietnam because we did have a treaty.
If you're talking about scoreboards, we won every major battle in Vietnam. The reason why it's considered that we lost that war is because we started letting the politicians dictate military doctrine.
I have another funny.
Okay, go ahead.
If you think about it, when Helen Keller's driving, every spot is her blind spot.
That's true.
That a lie.
It's very true.
And just like that, he's gone without regard or care for your moral well-being. You, unfortunately, have been witness to yet another traumatic episode of this guy's genetic code assaulting your soul without consent. It's so violent. I just don't know what to do. But, ladies, gentlemen, again, angry faithful of all ages, this was joke time with Colin.
Solid outing this week.
Yeah, that was solid. That was actually very, very, very solid. Very bravo, good sir. Bravo. Okay. All right. So before I get into NASCAR and what transpired this weekend, we got to talk about Kyle Larson. We are big Kyle Larson fans here on this show. He is attempting to do the double this week or this coming weekend, where he's going to drive 1,100 miles. He's going to do the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in the same day.
That is insane to me.
Yeah, right. He is considered a rookie in the IndyCar series because obviously he has never run IndyCar before. Hendrick Motorsports worked out a deal with Arrow McLaren, and they built a car for him, powered with a Chevy engine. He is turning a lot of heads. Not only did during the qualifying, the way that they do qualifying in the Indianapolis 500, they do it in a series of days. You've got to qualify. You've got to maintain a minimum speed, and then you've got to qualify for what they call the Fast 12. You make the Fast 12. The next day, you go out, and you have to qualify for the Fast 6. Those 6 fastest people the next day are the only ones that get to race for the pole. Kyle Larson goes out and qualifies for the Fast 6. In fact, he was the fastest of the Fast 6 going into pole qualifying day. And our guy, Kyle Larson, starting the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500, will roll off in row number 2 in the 5th position. They start the Indianapolis 500 3 wide. Okay. He'll He will be running the number 17 car, fielded by Arrow McLaren and Rick Hendrick. His qualifying speed, get ready, 232.846 miles an hour.
Damn.
This is his first attempt at running the 500. This is his first attempt in an Indy car. And he goes out there the day before when he qualified for the Fast Six. He put up a lap at 242 miles an hour.
Good Lord.
The hell?
And he said this. He goes, it's the fastest I've ever gone in a race car, but it's not insanely fast for me.
Oh, damn.
The adaptability of Kyle Larson is otherworldly. I mean, I'm like, seriously, otherworldly. They NASCAR agreed to push back the start of the All-Star race last night by 1 hour, just in case Kyle Larson won the pole for the 500. There are certain media obligations that are associated with winning the pole for that race. When he found out that he wasn't going to be on the pole, he, his wife, and Jeff Gordon, the same Jeff Gordon, four-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Jeff Gordon, who is the operations CEO of Hendrick Motorsports now, hopped on a helicopter, took a ride from Indianapolis Motor Speedway to Indianapolis International Airport, hopped on a private plane chartered by Mr. Rick Hendrick himself. The engines were running. It was a rolling start, basically. They board the plane, they take off. MRN radio was tracking his aviation portion of the journey last night. He landed. The plane landed at Wilkes County Regional Airport there in North Carolina. They hopped on another helicopter, took a 4-minute flight over to North Wilkesboro Speedway, where Kyle Larson got in an hour before the green flag dropped. There was really no media access to him before the race. When they announced that he landed in Wilkes County, place went nuts. When his helicopter landed and they showed him hopping onto a golf cart outside the racetrack, everybody, I mean, like, the place erupted. You could hear it over the radio broadcast.
Nice.
He immediately went into his team's hauler and debriefed with his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, for the 5 car that he was running last night. His normal ride is his number 5 Chevy Camaro. He got debriefed by Kevin Harvick, who is retired now, but he's a commentator for Fox. He practiced and qualified the car for Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, by virtue of the fact that there was a driver change to start the race, had to start at the end of the back of the field. The All-Star race has a unique format. There are a certain amount of drivers that are locked into the race. Race winners from last year, this year, past champions can get in. Previous winners of the event can get in. There are 3 open slots. There's the winner of the All-Star Open, which is kind of like a qualifying heat, or it's a qualifying heat race. Basically, it's like a B feature, right? If you're familiar with short track Friday and Saturday night races, you got your A main, you got your B, your B heats and stuff like that. This is like a B heat, so the winner of the Open and the second place car transfer into the All-Star race itself, and then you've got a fan vote. Noah Gragson got the fan favorite vote last night and was voted into the All-Star race. Kyle Larson, like I said, had to start at the back of the field. And they NASCAR tries things every now and then with the All-Star race. They almost kind of treat it like an open test session, so to speak. Goodyear brought 2 different compounds of tire. They brought a hard rubber tire, which, it's been one of the standard tires and compounds that they've been running at most of the tracks this year. Not a lot of fall off on it, but it's not as fast. There's not a lot of speed in that compound. And then they had what's called the option tire. The option tires, instead of having your traditional gold or yellow lettered sidewalls, these were red letter sidewalls. They call them the red tires or the option tire. It was a softer compound. It was designed to have a lot more fall off. You could get a lot of speed out of it for the first 15 to 20 laps. And then after that, there was supposed to be a fall off. Teams ran the option tires basically all night long because North Wilkesboro Speedway was repaved after the All-Star race last year. So it's basically a brand new track. Same facility. It's one of the original tracks of NASCAR, but brand new asphalt. So there was a lot of room to race there. They a lot of times they were running 3 wide all night long for the 200 lap main event, which was the All-Star race itself. Now, it said that Kyle Larson had to start 20th. He finished 4th last night.
Damn.
And was contending for the win there toward the end of the race. Joey Logano took home the $1 million payday. Denny Hamlin finished 2nd. Chris Buescher from Prosper, Texas finished 3rd. Ryan Blaney 5th. Bubba Wallace came home 6th. Ross Chastain 7th. Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, and Kyle Busch rounds out the top 10. Noah Gragson brought home his number 10 Ford Dark Horse Mustang in 11th. Martin Truex Jr. 12th. Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez, Brett Keselowski, Christopher Bell, AJ Allmendinger, William Byron, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Finished 20th. Now, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did not finish the race. He only ran 2 laps. And here's why. I'll cue you as to when to pop it up on the screen, David. But Kyle Busch took it upon himself to wreck Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and put him into the outside retaining wall 2 laps into this event because he thought that he got wrecked. He got squeezed up into the wall. Well, upon replay, our analysis of the replay, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. didn't even make contact with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch's car just washed up the track, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car just happened to be there. To be fair, and I've been looking at X all day. People like Dave Moody, who's he's got a show on Sirius XM called Sirius Speedway. He also is one of the play-by-play announcers for the MRN broadcasts. He usually hangs out in turn 1, but for the All-Star race, he was over in turns 3 and 4 last night calling the event. But he showed the in-car camera angle from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. When at the timestamp where Kyle Busch claims that he was touched. Well, not only did he not get touched, but there was a car-sized hole right next to Kyle Busch on the inside. And Dave Moody was like, you show me a race car driver that's not going to put his car in a hole that big. I mean, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was just trying to do what he was supposed to be doing. And that was trying to make his way through the field to put himself in a position to contend for the win at the end of the night, right? Because there's $1 million on the line. It's basically a wreckers or checkers type event, right? Well, shortly after Ricky Stenhouse Jr. made the pass, Kyle Busch gets up behind him, and as they're going into turn 2, Kyle Busch puts the nose of his Chevy Camaro in the left rear quarter panel of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Camaro. Stenhouse gets loose. Car makes an immediate right-hand turn, and on an oval track, right-hand turns are not what you want to do. So that right-hand turn caused the front end of his car to smack right up against that safer barrier and effectively ended his night. So Stenhouse Jr. pulled his car down to pit lane, parked in Kyle Busch's pit stall, gets out of the car and starts yelling at Kyle Busch's pit crew, and then climbs the war wagon, which is the wagon that or the stand that the crew chief sits in during the race, right? And they got all the computers up there and everything like that. And he sat there and he told his crew chief, "You tell Kyle I'm going to wait for him, and he's going to see me after the race is over." And thing about North Wilkesboro Speedway, it's an old school track. There is no tunnel under the track to get in and out of the infield. Once you're in, you're locked in until the event's over. So guess what? He was waiting for him. David, you can go ahead and pull this up. Watch this. I mean, it started out as a conversation, and then Kyle Busch apparently says something that Ricky Stenhouse doesn't like. 3, 2, 1, and oh wait, here we go. Boom. Well, I mean, just the angle from the other side of it, the angle that Bob Pockris, NASCAR rider, caught was just amazing. Now, if you continue to watch this, the guy in the gray T-shirt that just got peeled off of Kyle Busch, that's Ricky Stenhouse Sr. And then this dude here in this fire suit, this black and green, nobody like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he's playing like it's the Royal Rumble, and he's throwing people out. You know, you know, and then Fox didn't put
seriously.
Yeah. Fox didn't put a delay on anything last night.
Yeah,
and you know, they on live TV caught a what the fuck, you know. So you know, like I'm sitting there going, oh yeah. I mean, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. connected last night, and
that was a decent hook.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was stout. He said, Busch said, I mean, it's the first lap of the race, as he explained his side of the contact during his final strides. You know, and he's like, we don't even have the water temp in the car yet, and we're wrecking off turn 2. I'm tired of getting run over by everyone. But that's what everybody does. Everybody runs over everybody to pass everybody. So, I mean, like the discussion only lasted a short bit, with the debate intensifying over who ran into whom and just how much running room there actually was. Kyle Busch said, "I don't believe you." And Stenhouse replied, "Go back and watch it," before throwing her a hard right. Stenhouse gave an interview after the fight. Kyle Busch, not so much. So, you know, either he immediately had a shiner and didn't want to show that off, or his handlers were like, all you're going to do is hurt yourself. Quit, you know. So Stenhouse was like, look, I wrecked him one time at Daytona, and he's been kind of bad-mouthing me ever since. I feel like we get along with each other okay outside the racetrack. I talked to him quite a bit. I'm not sure why he was so mad at that. I shoved it 3 wide, but he hit the fence and kind of came off the wall and ran into me. And when I was talking to him, he kept saying that I wrecked him. And he goes, yeah, definitely just built up frustration with how he runs his mouth all the time about myself. But I know he's frustrated because he doesn't run near as good as he used to. And I understand that. Stenhouse said, we're a single car team over here. We're really working hard to go out and get better each and every weekend. And we really had a good game plan coming in. Our car was really strong Friday in practice. And I was looking forward to running to the front. I think we had passed a couple of cars there, and I was excited for the rest of the night, and he ruined it. And, you know, I'm just like, there's a photo out there where reporters were following Kyle Busch back to the hauler. And they there's a picture of him over Kyle Busch's shoulder. And there's Stenhouse Jr. in a gray t-shirt, ball cap, and his fucking like board shorts, right? Waiting, just leaning up on some chains by Kyle Busch's hauler, waiting for him, like he said.
Oh man.
And I'm like, dude, like, and they spent more time talking about the fight than they did focusing on the very dominant performance put in by Joey Logano last night. He led all but 2 laps of that event last night.
Well, the reason why they did that is because that's going to sell people wanting to watch NASCAR the next week, wanting to watch what's going to happen.
It is. And to the media's credit, bravo. Good on them for finally doing something right, because, you know, the race coverage on the TV has been very lackluster here of late. It definitely gave everybody in NASCAR Nation something to talk about on the radio shows today. They're standing there trying to interview some of the drivers. They were actually talking to Joey Logano on the TV when the fight broke out. They broke away from that to show the fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you want? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you know.
So let me stop you right there.
But you know, it's I don't know. It to me, I think it's good for the sport. I really do. You know, you get a lot of these. I would say that there's no love lost with me as far as Kyle Busch is concerned, because, you know, I mean, for the longest time there, I wouldn't eat M&Ms because they sponsored Kyle Busch, right? Because I through and through, I've always been an Earnhardt fan, right? And you know, it's Kyle Busch coming up. He's always come across as being a little bit whiny. I mean, his level of talent has never been in dispute. And just for whatever reason, he cannot figure out how to drive these next gen cars because the power is coming off of a different wheel. Okay. You used to be able to run, you know, used to be able to put a lot of weight and a lot of pressure on that right front. And now everything's driven off the back wheel. I mean, they've always been rear wheel drive cars, but like just the power distribution and the weight shifting and the attitude of the car is different than the previous generations. So, you know, it's the same. It's kind of the same problem like Jimmy Johnson has, except Jimmy Johnson, you can't get out of the car for any discernible amount of time, hop back in the car and expect to be competitive. I mean, you've got to be in that car every week. You know, you've got to practice. You got to stay consistent. You know, consistently in the cockpit of that car to get better. You know, yep. And I think that if NASCAR really, they don't encourage it, you know, they don't go outright and say, hey, if you're going to fight over here, you know, they need to let that stuff naturally kind of, I don't know, populate, you know, and it has to be organic, you know, it can't be manufactured.
Yeah, because then you look like you're just orchestrating it.
Yeah, I mean, then you might as well just be the WWE. But
it's true.
You know, and nothing against WWE. Don't come at us with that whole wrestling's not real. Like, shut up. You know, they need to let that stuff happen organically, pure, plain and simple. But instead of, I mean, if NASCAR understands that something's going to happen, they don't need to intervene. They just need to make sure that the officials are within arm's reach. Okay. To where, you know, somebody's not going to get sucker punched, you know, kind of a deal. I mean, 1-2 blows, you know, pit crew kind of gets involved, and then NASCAR starts, they send in their bouncers and start breaking it up, kind of a deal.
It's not like hockey where you just kind of stand by and watch them for 5 minutes and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, don't let them trade blows until somebody goes down.
Right.
Let the fight evolve organically, let it happen, but then kill it real quick. Just because, especially with short track racing breeds emotion, breeds tempers. I mean, if a driver is if they're not doing well, they're not having a good year, and they start, like any other professional athlete, they start pressing and they start trying too hard, and then they just make themselves worse. Right. I mean, the reason why NASCAR kind of catapulted to, national prominence to begin with was the first televised race way back when they televised, forget what year it was, the Daytona 500, when they had that fight on the backstretch, between, I can't even, what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sound like a complete idiot.
Well, that's a first. Okay.
Really, David, you're going to try to come at me with some shade?
Yeah. I
try.
mean, I got to get mine in when I can get it. I mean,
if you're gonna try to do that,
but once you get a little scratch on your face or something like that, I'm good. I might be a bloody pulp, but I don't care.
Well, no, I was gonna say, you got to come a little harder than that, man. I mean, if you're gonna bring the noise, bring thunder. Don't bring a queef. Seriously, bro. Come on, it's not a good look for you. You're better than that, David. Do better.
It's like a.
There's people around here that get butthurt around stuff that I say. I mean, that one time when I told somebody that they look like a person that got caught blocked by Chris Hansen, they got upset.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So Cale Yarborough and the Allison brothers, basically Donnie and Bobby Allison. The name was right there, and I'm like, I think that's right. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. Okay. So 1979. That's what it was. It was the first Daytona 500 to be televised. It was live on CBS. And Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison they were beating and banging fenders coming down the back straightaway, going into turn 3 and 4, trying to figure out who's going to win this damn race. And they wrecked each other out. Richard Petty went on, who was running third, goes on to win that race. And Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison, they came to rest down on the infield grass down at the bottom of turn 3. Well, here comes Donnie's brother, Bobby, part of the Alabama gang. That's what the Allison brothers, they were called the Alabama gang. He pulls up, parks his car, gets out, stirs the pot a little bit. And when punches started getting thrown, it was the Allison brothers against Cale Yarborough. And NASCAR officials were all over it too. But I mean, that was the nation's first real nationwide exposure to a regional sport.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, hell, we want more of this, But yeah, it's
the reason why you can't take fights out of the NHL. I mean,
they're not trying to take fights out of the NHL. I mean, the NHL, if they're gonna fight, if two guys are gonna square off against each other, the referees do not get involved until somebody hits the ice.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least they let him go.
Well, no, they're in the talks right now trying to stop fights for some ungodly reason.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What the only thing I would suggest is inflicting heavier penalties for cheap shots.
Okay, I totally get that.
especially when it affects the outcome of a series. You know, you're going to go out there as a player and you're going to intentionally injure another player to take them out of the lineup for the remainder of that game and then potentially the remainder of the series. Because why? You don't have an answer for them. You can't beat them straight up 1-1. No, I mean, you're going to catch them with a cheap shot, break a rib, possibly, you know, that kind of thing. It's a bush league move. I mean, you're going to get a lot of the hockey purists. They're going to be like, well, hockey back in my day, blah, blah, blah. It took us longer to think of nut cups than it did for hockey masks.
That's true. Very true.
You know, so don't talk about, oh, we were tougher back in my day. You made it possible for CTEs to be written into DNA coding, so shut up. It snowed every fucking day. Middle of July, we'd walk uphill barefoot both ways. Whatever.
Yeah. But we do have some NFL news, though.
Bro,
I thought you were done. This is the reason why you shouldn't pause.
Went over the NFL.
They put out the schedules, and they've been doing like commercial style schedules
That
and
was
everything.
last week. If I wanted to talk about the schedules, I would have gone over the schedules last week.
No, the little they came out last week. The little thing with the
and every team did their like little social media account talking about their schedules. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
And I mean, to be completely honest, if the schedules coming out was that interesting, Max would have brought it up because Max is our in-house NFL guru.
True.
As far as the schedule goes and the controversy with that, I think that it's the last thing the Chiefs need to worry about right now. With everything else they got going on, you know, they need to get that
right. Algorithms anyway. The reigning champions generally have a tougher schedule going into the following year.
Yeah, this is true.
So, but as far as the NBA is concerned, everybody's giving I'm going to touch on the WNBA for just a skosh. Everybody's giving Caitlin Clark a bunch of shit because, you know, she set an NBA or WNBA record for the most turnovers at 10 for a WNBA debut. Yeah. Look, she's not Jordan. She's not Jordan. She's going to make mistakes. Jordan, he was what? He got bounced out of the playoffs the first time he made it to the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm just kind of putting that out there. You know, she's going to have turnovers. Jordan missed all kinds of shots, but she's out there grinding.
Yeah. Here's the thing with that, though. Here's the thing with that, though, is the basic fact is they had her set up as some kind of Messiah type thing going to the WNBA, and they're like, oh, she makes mistakes. Yes, people fucking make mistakes. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, not to get too incredibly theological about it, but, you know, if you look carefully enough, there is a decidedly, I don't know, glaring absence of nail holes on her hands and feet.
Yeah,
Colin.
He pointed out, yeah.
No, he shouldn't. Colin, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
All I see is a black screen.
Oh, he froze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me send him a text real quick.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, they set up some of the, because they want somebody to come in and boost their ratings since they almost don't have anybody watching. I mean, our biggest joke during like the 2020s area.
It says who's watching the WNBA. Like we give the WNBA. Yeah, we were giving the WNBA more coverage.
Our thing with that, was every NBA player in every sport is tracking down, not letting anybody watch the live event or going to the stadium with everybody except for the WNBA, because it's like 1 or 2 people watching.
Yeah,
we were giving the WNBA as much coverage as fans do.
What Caitlin Clark and even Angel Reese to a degree have done for women's basketball, they have catapulted it into the mainstream consciousness. And no longer, I mean, people were looking at the WNBA. Yeah, you had your true fans of the WNBA, and they were talking about. Hold on a second, guys. You're fine. I got to get more batteries for my light because they died. I can't turn the light on out there. The on-air lamp on the wall outside. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I may just bring it into the office and plug it into the USB and then just turn it on and have it facing through the door. I just might do that. Anyways, I digress. It catapulted the WNBA into the mainstream consciousness because for a lot of people for the longest time, it was a background sport. It was like like some people stream The Office or whatever when they're kind of just farting around the house or they're trying to go to sleep at night and they've got some background noise on. That's what the WNBA was for the longest time. And this whole rivalry over the last 2 years between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark really fueled people. It fired them up about women's basketball and it brought it forward. In fact, the women's tournament this year had more attention and coverage than the men's tournament did, which never happens ever. I mean, am I going to go out and buy an Indiana Fever jersey with Caitlin Clark's name on it? No. I might just so I can have one. Maybe we'll see. But am I gonna start planning vacations around the Indiana Fever schedule so I can go out and watch her play? No, absolutely not. Do I think that the WNBA needs to have more attention? Sure. Yeah. Because at the very least, if they have more attendance at their games, if the ticket sales start increasing, start going up, then maybe these girls, these women will start getting paid what they're worth. It may not get into like the astronomical numbers of like millions of dollars, in their contracts. But at the very least, we'll start seeing these girls start hitting 6 figures. And I'm talking like mid-range to upper,
Isn't she actually hitting 6 figures though?
No. Like her contract was like $75,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought they
endorsements between God Money and Nike.
Endorsements are going to put her over the top, but I'm talking about base salary.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And as long as she appeals to the right demographics and she doesn't ally herself with, some of these, more woke agendas and more woke companies that, I think that by Anheuser-Busch alone having to close their St. Louis brewery should be proof enough in the pudding that kind of shows that, hey, read the room before you sign those contracts.
Well, yeah. Well, from what I've gathered watching her on certain podcasts and clips and everything, I don't think she's going to go that route. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, it politics aside, and whatever her orientation may be, don't care. At this point, you're a professional athlete. And like I've said time and time again, especially as it relates to LeBron, I'm a guinea pig, James. You, whether you choose to admit it or not, whether you choose to acknowledge it, whether you want it or not, you are a role model for somebody in this world. Whether it be your kids, whether it be somebody else's kids, you are something that somebody is looking at going, I want to be like them. Don't use your status as a celebrity or as a professional athlete to push your political agenda and your ideological beliefs down the throats of Americans. That's not what we're interested about. The only thing that we're looking at, how you conduct yourself, what you do as far as your charitable organizations go, and your stats. Pure, plain, and simple. Okay? Go out and be responsible. Be a responsible role model. And if you take care of that, everything else will fall into line. We're not asking you to go out and set scoring records. We're not asking you to go out and win multiple championships. Okay? But what we ask is that you do it with a sense of humbleness. I mean, really, do it with a sense of humbleness. You know, I saw a meme over the weekend. It said, in a world of in a world with people like Travis Kelce, be a Harrison Butker. You know, and I'm like, okay, I get what they're trying to say, but, and I know Max, I know that you've seen it. They took that screenshot of him, shotgunning that beer at that live event that his New Heights podcast gave, where the University of Cincinnati gave him and his brother their degrees, made him wear the cap and gown thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I mean, as far as Harrison Butker goes, I support his opinion. I support his ability to give that opinion. The wife of the Chiefs owner came out in support of him. I think Colin's laptop died. Let me see here. Anyway, but she's just getting started in her career. She's a rookie. She's trying to figure this whole professional athlete landscape out. I'm pretty sure that she is getting pulled 700 different directions between media requests and sponsor obligations. So, on top of the practice and workout schedules that are required of her, as a member of the Indiana Fever, let her be. Let her grow. Once she gets past the rookie season, if she continues to flounder like this, then maybe we can start having that conversation of she was a flop, But until then, I think that everybody just kind of needs to pump the brakes and just kind of chill. Honestly, that's my take on that.
Well, that's on any.
Yeah, I mean that's with anybody. Absolutely. That's a valid point.
The number one draft picks always get like more or less hazed, because once you're number one on the draft, you're automatically put in a game. You flop. Oh, I guess he wasn't ready.
Yeah, but I mean, just we need to watch her develop, and I think long term, will she become one of the greats of the WNBA? Will she become one of the legends? Probably. I mean, as long as she stays consistent to who she was when she was playing in Iowa, I think she'll be fine. Yeah. Absolutely, she'll be fine. But moving on to the NBA, the New York Knicks took their a divisional round, their second round playoff series to a game 7 against the Indiana Pacers. They lost 130 to 109. But if you go around, if you watch the interviews that the Knicks players were giving, not a single one of them was bitter. I mean, they were incredibly proud of what they had done. The fan base gave them a standing ovation. Because, I mean, the New York Knicks have not been to a conference final since 2000. So, I mean, there's a considerable drought there, and this team gave that fan base something to root for the first time in a very long time. So for the Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be the 6th seed Indiana Pacers facing off against the number 1 seed Boston Celtics. That game tips off tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central in Boston. TD Garden's going to be rocking. There's going to be people out there on Causeway Street just going absolutely batshit crazy. Minnesota managed to actually knock off the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. So they're going to be facing off against the Dallas Mavericks for the Western Conference Final. That game is probably, when is that game scheduled? Let me double check here. That game is scheduled, it looks like Wednesday in Minnesota. Minnesota is going to be the number 3 seed, and Dallas has been the 5th seed the entire time. That's going to be a hotly contested series because those teams are pretty evenly matched. What I think is going to be the difference maker is going to be Kyrie Irving. I look for Dallas to pull that one out probably in 6 games. I mean, to me, that sounds like a fair assessment. As far as the Boston-Indiana series goes, I think it's very feasible that it could go 6 games as well, but I think Boston's going to come out on top there, and I'm just going to have to sit back and watch the NBA Finals for what they are. Because I've got a Mavericks jersey hanging in my closet, and I've got several Celtics jerseys hanging in my closet too. So it's one of those things, man. I don't know who I want to win that matchup in the finals more. I really don't, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when it gets there. Hockey playoffs are still going. The Oilers and Canucks, let me see here. Let me go schedule. All right. So right now, game 7, is that? All right. Yeah. So they got a game 7 coming up. I think, hold on, let me double check something here. Actually, that game's being played right now. The Edmonton Oilers are up with 15-12 left in the second period. The Oilers are up 1-0 over the Vancouver Canucks. So that's all Canada. We're all really big losers in that series right there. The only thing that the Oilers have going for them is the legacy of the great one, Wayne Gretzky. He won several Stanley Cups for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know. If you want to be a purist, go for the Oilers, whatever. Like I said, America's Toucat is on display there. Don't really care. So past that, I think that's the only game going right now. Tomorrow night, there's nothing. Wednesday, the Florida Panthers face off against the New York Rangers. Can both teams come out a loser on that series?
Maybe.
I mean, I want New York to lose slightly more, but I can't stand the Florida Panthers. I can't. As a Bruins fan, I hate the Panthers, but as a Boston sports fan, anything and everything New York sports, New York City sports. Yeah. Let me see here. And then we're not going to see. I mean, wow. The Stars are going to be off for a long, long time.
That's a little disconcerting.
Well, it's either that or they just don't have those games scheduled yet. I guess they're waiting on to find out who wins Game 7 tonight.
Yeah, they might not. Or it's like a tentative thing, and they're waiting for the
I
actual,
guess.
like, results. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm looking. Let me pull up the playoff brackets here real quick. Yeah, because I mean, Dallas is just sitting there waiting to find out. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get their schedule until we find out who wins the Vancouver Edmonton game tonight. So, yeah. I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do at the very least. My Bruins are out of it. Fuck Florida. Fuck New York. I'm pulling for the Stars, and I feel dirty because I say that.
Listen, it's still the Texas team.
Yeah.
But you have never known me to be a homer, though.
That is very true. You've always been a contrarian.
I'm just like,
but even then, I still feel like you pulling for the Stars is still being a contrarian somehow. I know it's kind of a weird way to put it because it's the home team, quote unquote. I still feel like that's you being a contrarian.
Because it goes against my religion. Well, it's not my religion. If I was gonna commit,
it goes against your nature.
if I was gonna commit blasphemy, I would pull for the Rangers.
That's how you would do it.
The fact that I even said that in jest. Oh God, I feel so dirty.
Do you need a shower?
And this is going to make Max smile. I need to go through the cleansing ritual.
Guaranteed to work every time.
Guaranteed to work every time.
60% of the time.
I need to book a flight so I can, you know, take a bath in the Jordan or something. I don't know, man.
Jordan.
Take a bath in the Sea of Galilee.
That's
good Lord. Okay. Anyway, yeah, there's not a lot going on past that.
I know it's out of order, but did you notice that the Rangers and the Red Sox have the exact same standings right now? They're both 24-4. 24-24.
No, I did not look at that.
Exactly.
I did know. I do know that the Red Sox are at 500, but
yep, you look at the standings right now; they're both 24-24.
Wow.
Which is hilarious. Hilarious to me.
What is that saying about the American League West so far?
Considering that they're 2 games behind the Mariners at 542. Mariners are 26-22. And unbelievably, the Athletics are not at the bottom of the league.
No, the troutless Angels are.
Yeah.
Here's what I would love to see. I would love to see Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. I would love to see, and even Garrett Cole, step out onto the field during a home game with Aaron Rodgers in attendance and hear an audible pop come from the field. And then everybody looks and see, you know, like, what the fuck is that? And there's Aaron Rodgers sitting up in like a luxury suite. And he gets ushered out with armed security because now everybody in attendance thinks that he jinxed the team. That would be great.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Because I'm tired of seeing. I'd rather see the Orioles win the division again than see the Yankees up there. Just, you know. I mean,
ow.
Do what?
I said, ow.
What did you do? Oh, you heard what I said? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, last year you had the Twins basically running away with this American League Central division, and it was like it's a trash division, right?
Yeah.
The Cleveland Guardians are at 31-17 right now at this point in the season.
Yep.
We are 48 games.
That was not on my.
Yeah, that wasn't on my 2024 bingo card at all. I mean, I will say this at the very least. Thank God that the Yankees don't have the best record in baseball, because we would never hear the end of it. That honor right now belongs to the 34-14 Philadelphia Phillies, sitting at a 708 winning percentage. They
did not see that coming either.
Right now. Oh, wait, hold on. The Yankees lost? What? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did the Mariners come back and win that game? Oh, the Mariners came back and won that game 5-4. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
You'll love to see.
Yeah, couldn't happen to a worse team. That's right.
I don't know if you're happy about that, Johnny. I haven't gotten any. Is that sarcasm or is it just general happiness?
No, that is from the bottom of my heart. Like,
that's ecstasy, I think is the word you're looking for.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing that I love to see more than the Yankees losing
is watching your Yankee friend.
It's seeing my wife walk up the aisle the day of our wedding.
There you go.
No, I thought
way to keep it wholesome.
I thought like watching a Yankee fan cry as they fell.
No, all I got to do to see a Yankee fan cry is just wait till they lose a game. Wait till they lose a game to the Red Sox. And then inevitably you'll see Barstool Sports put it up on their Twitter feed. The video clip of that lady. She's like, it's okay. I don't give a fuck about the Red Sox, because when I go to bed tonight, I'll dream about our 27 rings. I'm like,
hour, like she was on the fucking field.
Exactly. Like everybody piled on. Like, listen here, bitch. Like, like, were you there? You were part of Murderers Row, weren't you? I know you looked familiar. If I had to listen to you scream at me in the dugout, I'm like, come on. Like, you make your husband want to put a gun to his temple, don't you? You know, it's like, Lord. Like, did you come to the game by yourself? You did? Have you called to check on your husband lately? Oh, no? Okay. Well, you might want to hurry up and get home, because if your skills in the bedroom are anything like your personality, he's fucking the neighbor and she's elderly.
And deaf and blind.
Full Helen Keller treatment.
She walks in, and the old lady from the apartment upstairs is over there, legs up in the air, and her hands are going like this.
Just brailing the shit out of it.
No, that just reminds me of I hope they sell beer in hell. Like the first scene when he's like railing in that deaf chick and the cops come in and bust everything up, and the deaf chick is like, "When you're doing, I want you back to come."
What was that one video clip? It was like the deaf girl. She was having sex, and her friend that like interpreted or like signed everything for her was right next to them, like sitting next to the bed.
It was a dude that was deaf.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude was deaf. That was deaf. Yeah.
He kept on saying, "Talk dirty to me, talk dirty to me." It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hey, can you have him talk dirty to me?" Okay. You're my heart. You're my heart. Go, go.
I remember that.
You're turning. You're not turning.
I don't know. I think they made a video going the other way where it was the girl that was deaf. Because I remember it was like she kept saying like, "You're doing it wrong." Like, slow down. That's my belly button.
Oh. Bro, if you're in the belly button and you need to pack it up and go
You're in
home.
the belly button and you can't tell.
Yeah, you are not equipped for this fight. I hate to tell you, but
no. Here's the thing, man.
I've hit a new kink.
Girls, dude, here's the dirty secret. Fat girls are like mopeds. They're both fun to ride until you get caught by your friends.
True.
Yeah, that's facts.
Very true.
Like, like most racists, rednecks, they bash these, they bash the black girls all day long, but that's what's in their search history. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh man!
So if he's pounding her, taking her belly button to Pound Town, that was a planned event, son. That's what that was. He's playing it smart though. He can't get her pregnant that way.
God damn it! I was like trying to find a video of that deaf girl having sex, and I found one. You know when you go searching for something?
Was it on the 9gag website?
And no, you
fortunate.
I found this video of two deaf chicks getting a heated sign language argument on Facebook Live.
Oh God!
And yes. Hold on. Oh dear God. And yes, I'm sharing everybody that this is my lot in life. We should put like
I think they're casting spells.
No,
I think they're gypsies.
One guy just said, why do I keep turning up the volume trying to hear?
Yeah. Clearly they had the audio off and they were cursing.
Oh, man.
Everybody on the
choking.
The hell? Okay, dude, you gotta say it, man. Oh my God!
I was just getting into it. Why? Wait,
yeah.
The title. Yeah. All right. That description will be in the link.
Is there a season 2?
It's just two deaf in a heated. I'll send you the video.
I just can't wait to see episode 2 when they meet up and they start fingering each other.
Yeah. Hey, quick question: If
what they were already doing,
person is fingering a chick, is it like oral still? I mean, well, it's still oral, I guess. But if you're having a conversation with their labia, is that?
Well, you have to figure that you talk with the hands, so your hands are now talking to the pussy. So
yeah,
it's another language.
See, but David, here's the thing, and I know that generally speaking, when you get your face that close and you're not licking or sucking and you're trying to speak, that means you're expelling air and you're putting air into that orifice, right? And I know that this is a phenomenon that you have experienced in the past, I'm sure. But that's how you make queefs, man. And nobody wants to hear that. And Maria's like, not with those nails.
Rip you right up.
I like to think of it as a sound of victory personally, but that's me.
The sound of victory.
Hang on, guys. Hang on.
I got Josh Wolf talking about it, and that's about it. Did something come out of his ass? The fuck was that?
Could have been a dead body.
For a split second, I was like, he is not about to take a piss on camera. Because it looked like he was leaning down to lift up the lid, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was watching.
Bathroom's in his bedroom, so. They start getting views. Is like, what's happening with this? What's happening with this? What's happening with this? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm liking this shit. No, I can't find anything. The only thing that comes up is actually porn sites. So, and Josh Wolf having sex with the deaf woman.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry about it then. But yeah, and I think we'll wait till Chris gets back, and then we'll end the plane. Otherwise, it'd just be really awkward. Like we cut out. He comes back and he's the only one left. That'd be kind of hilarious.
Comes back with like some kind of disguise, looking like Ray Charles with some dark glasses on.
Right.
Hi. It's not me. I know you think it's me. It's not me.
No. I was hoping that was David just playing sounds and not not Chris.
Not taking into the other side. Click this. Here's the deaf chick having sex that has a stutter. Oh shit. Or two deaf chicks arguing with stutters.
Just let this be fun for me.
How do you have a stutter? If you're
deaf?
Deaf, yeah. I mean, you're mostly talking with your hands. So, do you like repeat that stuff?
I mean,
what?
Honestly, the best person to answer this question is probably going to be Colin on how deaf stuttering people communicate. Because I mean, you're going to
let's not give him any more ammunition.
Stuttered that.
No, we get
conversation.
Oh my gosh, he does well enough. He does bad enough on his own. Okay.
Or like blind slap fights, something like that. Is he going to hit him or is he not going to hit him? It's 50-50 shot.
It's really funny when you tell two blind people that one of them has a knife when they're fighting.
But they can't see. Just can't see. And they got eyes.
Have you ever watched those fight with old people? They're just like flailing around. Well, you're like drunk old people from Russia, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that shit all the time. We grew up like that.
Desperately need Chris to return to the conversation so we can land the plane.
Yeah, we're in that state. But
here he is.
Yeah, I have water pouring out of my ceiling right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the AC kicked on and it just started pouring out of because the unit is actually in my ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, the drip pan must be clogged.
It started pouring everywhere.
Didn't
So
you have that problem when you first moved in?
No, that was from the upstairs unit. That was from actually the upstairs. They had a clog up there.
Well,
and
luckily for you,
water return thing went through the pantry. That was what was flowing here.
Well, because Chris, you and I deal with like insane amounts of humidity, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a water spot on my ceiling upstairs directly underneath the AC, which is in my attic. So I went up there today, or yesterday rather. I poured bleach in the drain pan, bleach down the drain pipes to try to clear that out. And I've got to get a hold of the home warranty people tomorrow to have them come out and take a look at it because we've had a problem with that spot before.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that they didn't put the drain pan in properly last time, or they put in the wrong size. So I'm like, ugh, yay, home ownership. But
love it. Yeah, at least this is an apartment. I can have somebody else just come and fix it.
Yeah. Next weekend, guys, it's Memorial Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. Yeah. Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah, Monday is Memorial Day. Yeah. Do we want to? Do we still want to do an episode on Memorial Day, or do we want to postpone that and or do we want to kind of do like a theme?
No theme.
No, I meant like, like we do research and, we each come to the table with the story of a fallen hero.
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, I've already got mine, so I'm going to talk about Captain Tipton on Monday. We can do that.
Yeah, just make it like an abbreviated show and just
we'll make it an abbreviated show. We'll go over the weekend for racing next week, and for those of you still listening, yes, this is some behind the scenes stuff, so you're getting it free. We'll go over the weekend for racing because you've got the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo going on over in France, but we're going to have the Indianapolis 500 and the Coke 600 going on Sunday. I mean, we'll still have Colin come in because we can't be all somber, right? Yeah. I think we should probably do that.
We can do a little bit.
Yeah, Max, I would probably find a local hero, write up a little short thing about them, and that maybe you present that on Monday.
Sure, absolutely. It's a great idea.
Yeah, so past that, I think that's probably a really good idea. Yeah. I know that on, let's see here, June 3rd, actually, is a Monday. That is also Belle's birthday. So we'll be on the air live for Belle's birthday.
There we go.
It's also Trace's birthday, our youngest. They share a birthday. I don't have to worry about him hearing me or listening or anything like that. But June 4th is kind of a birthday present from me. Myself, Mindy, and her sister, we're taking him to go see the Astros play the Cardinals that night.
Okay, nice.
So, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to buy an Astros hat because they I think it may be their Space City hat on the inside. One of the seam ribbons that are in there that they sew in, it says like New Era, whatever. They've got a hat that says Houston, the Eagle has landed. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. So I don't know. I may or may not buy a Houston hat this next week. I don't know yet. Haven't decided.
Be careful with that. You might end up liking the team halfway.
No.
No worries.
If anything, at best, the Astros might be my JV. And that's maybe like junior high JV. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I do like Alex Bregman.
The Pee-wee.
The Pee-wee, yeah.
They're my T-ball guys. I do like Alex Bregman, though. Justin Tucker is having kind of a monster year right now. He's currently leading the major leagues in home runs. So this is kind of like a breakout, resurgent kind of a combination year for him. That's kind of exciting to watch. And yeah, I think that the Astros are like 5 games under 500 right now, but they're starting to try to sort of figure things out. I think that if they miss the playoffs this year, their new manager is going to be a one and done for them. for him rather. So they've got some things to figure out, but no, I just enjoy going to the ballpark. I mean, I know that, you know, I can only see my Red Sox play once a year here. But you know, past that, and I just love baseball too much. I got to go to the ballpark, you know. I'm going to try to go see a couple of Space Cowboy games in Sugar Land this year. Those are supposed to be really fun. Minor league games are just family friendly events anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so I need to get out and watch a Missions game here.
Yeah, definitely. David, you might pop up to Oklahoma City, check out the Oklahoma City Dodgers up there. They're in Bricktown.
I'll probably just go to a Rangers game. I would rather go.
We're talking about minor league baseball, dude. Go. If anything, go catch a Frisco Rough Riders game.
Oh,
I might do that.
why are you the way that you are?
Besides that, minor league tickets, dude, are a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I still don't like Oklahoma.
Well, I didn't say because I'm just saying, dude, as far as proximity is concerned, Wichita Falls, for those of you who are kind of lacking as far as geographical skills are concerned, it's more or less it's a rest stop between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City. So he's kind of fucked either way he goes, but
it is the zit on the forehead of Texas.
It's
like
just
right
far
there.
enough inside the state line to be considered holy Texas, unlike Burke Burnett. Burke Burnett's right there on the Red River.
Yep.
I mean, to David's point, I mean, back in the 90s, early 2000s, Oklahoma's license plates used to say Oklahoma is okay. And that's only because they don't know how to spell mediocre. Just,
yeah.
Too low to put on the
my granny, when she was still alive, I mean, we used to give her crap about it all the time because she was born in Oklahoma. My sister-in-law was born in Oklahoma, and I tell her every once in a while, yeah, we won't hold it against you though. So my father-in-law was born in Oklahoma, delivering in Wharton tomorrow, stopping in Rosenberg tonight. Okay. See, look, yeah, and Bell's going to be 27. 27. See all the gray hair here?
Oh,
right here? Yeah, dude.
So that is her.
You be good, Maria. Be good or be good at it. I'd say don't do anything we wouldn't do. But then we start talking about legalities at that point, and we're not. We this show's not making enough money to pay your bail. So if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. Don't add to or subtract from the population. And if you get yourself tossed in jail, wait until the weekend's over because Sergeant Major's not coming for you. Remember, she doesn't love you. She only wants you for your BAH, your TRICARE, and that paycheck on the 1st and 15th.
Remember, if you do get thrown in jail, the judge isn't in on Monday.
Yeah. The judge is not going to be in on Monday. Thank you for the holiday. Yeah, for the extended weekend safety briefing. Yeah. And damn it, Carl, don't lock your fucking knees. Good God. Don't do coke off a stripper's butt. And remember, Charlie Sheen has AIDS.
From drinking the blood of a tiger.
No, Matt Best came out with a song called Safety Brief. Yeah. That's funny. It's good times. My favorite Matt Best song, though. Be My Woobie.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, dude. Yeah. The Woobie song. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it had Eli in it.
Yeah, Eli. I think wouldn't Rocco in it too?
Huh?
I think Rocco was in that too, wasn't he? Vargas?
Depends on how.
It was one of his, like,
how long ago he did that.
It was a while back.
If it was one of his first ones, then yeah, he probably did. If it came out around the time that Bitch I Operate came out, then yeah, he probably was.
Yeah, it was short. It was, I think it was shortly after Bitch I Operate.
All right. Then yeah, there's a good chance.
Let me see here. I will. No, I'm not doing that. Where's it at? Aha, here we go. I'm going to send you the link real quick, Chris. And I'm just going to put it in the group chat so that way Max can watch it too. But, gentlemen, there you go. All right. Well, with that, we are going to put the finishing touches, the bow on the top of the package, as it were, for episode 161 of Nerd Sports. We laughed until we cried this week. We got a little serious. It was definitely dark there for a while. I didn't know if we were going to make it out of Colin's segment, but we managed to persevere. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for allowing us to infest your ear holes and put imagery in your head that would be normally considered a war crime over the past 161 episodes. With that being said, I'm Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickerman.
I am Chris Jacka.
I am Max Trubin.
And you have been privy, indentured, almost confined to the confines of your seat. Thank you for allowing us to hopefully one day make our avocation our vocation. This has been Nerd Sports 161. And in the words of the immortal Blackbeard, scissor me timbers. Arr.
Laters.